Hello everyone, I hope that you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share my current favorites. I wanted to share some handbags, small leather goods, accessories, and some beauty products. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Let's start off with handbags. There's been one handbag that I have been reaching for the most over these last couple of months, and that has been the Louis Vuitton Petite Noe in the multicolor. I never thought that I would say that, considering I was so against the Petite Noe for the longest time, really because of the drawstring closure. I thought that it would be very, very fussy, and that definitely hasn't been the case. This bag has been such a joy to use, and I absolutely love the size that it has. It's not too big, it's not too small. It ends up fitting all of my essentials with ease and then some. And this drawstring, as I mentioned before, it's not fussy whatsoever. So when you go to open this bag up, check out how spacious that is. I absolutely love that. Not to mention you have this amazingly gorgeous red lining that I'm such a fan of. But there we go. And at first I thought that maybe because this strap was a little bit thicker, I knew that it wouldn't necessarily roll off my shoulder, and that hasn't been the case either. I thought that maybe it might be a little bit uncomfortable. It might end up digging into my skin, and that hasn't been the case either. It does have 5 different adjustments. Personally, I've left it on the adjustment that it came with, and it's worked out well. But if anything, I feel like it's ridiculously comfortable. It ends up just kind of molding to my shoulder, and it doesn't dig in whatsoever. So I absolutely love that. And you know, I feel like with this bag, there are days when I'm not feeling 100%, or when, I don't know, I'm having an off day, and when I go to reach this bag and when I go to use it, I automatically just get in the best mood. I know that that might sound super, super corny, but that's honestly how I feel, you know, just because of the colors. They're so bright, they're so vivid, and they just make me smile from ear to ear. Sometimes I do end up using this bag with an organizer, other times I don't. Really, the reason why I use an organizer, besides wanting to keep its shape, is the fact that because of this stunning red interior, it doesn't play very well with light colored small leather goods. So with the movement that you're creating when you use this bag, the corners on those small leather goods could end up getting some type of color transfer. So I try to avoid that, and then I end up using an organizer. Other times, I do end up going for darker small leather goods, and then I don't use an organizer. But sometimes I do like to match, you know, what's going on the outside and have, you know, very vibrant, very vivid colors on the interior as well. It just adds to that. It's a little bit more of a mood booster as well, if you will. But I absolutely love this bag. And yes, it does have quite a bit of beauty marks. It has some water stains, you know, because I did pick this up pre-loved, as you guys know, and I got it at a great price as well, in my opinion. I picked it up on Fashion File, and it also has a water stain down below. And I've often been asked if I'm going to change out the leather, and I don't think so. I think I want to keep it exactly the way that it is, because to me, it just kind of, it adds to the beauty of the bag. It just gives it a little bit more of a story. And I've said it before, I'm kind of a storyteller when it comes to my handbags, because no other handbag is going to look exactly the way that this does. No other bag is going to have the same story that this does. I don't know, that might sound kind of corny as well, but what can I say? I'm a corny type of person, but I just think that this bag is so, so beautiful, and it has also made me want to look at, actually I have been looking at another Noe, although I think that this might be the perfect size for me. So I don't know if I would move forward with another one of a different size. And like I said, over the last couple of months, I've been using it to death. And I really like the feeling that I get when I end up using it, you know? But the colors definitely speak to me. Another bag that I've been using quite a bit is Polene's number 7 in the Burgundy. And as you guys know, Polene sent me this bag a few months ago to see how I liked it, to see if I had any type of feedback, especially since I'm such a big fan of the brand, considering that one of my favorite bags is the Polene number 1 mini. And I gotta tell you, this bag is giving that bag a run for its money. I am obsessed. I love the size, I love the shape, I love the color. Actually, Burgundy seems to be a color that I constantly end up gravitating towards. I don't know what it is. And then you have this beautiful gold hardware that I think just makes for an awesome combination. But over the last couple of months, you know, there are days when I want a hands-free, no fuss type of handbag, and this has been it. Something that's very understated, something that doesn't draw a ton of attention, and this is perfect because I think that it's very simple, but simplicity, in my opinion, also speaks volumes because you don't have to have a bunch of bells and whistles, you know what I mean? It's not too busy, which I think is awesome. Now this bag doesn't have a removable strap, although it is adjustable and the adjustments are quite generous. So I just want to throw that out there just in case. And then on the interior, you do have, I do find it to be quite spacious as well. I'm able to carry all of my daily essentials and then some. And the you know, little lock that it has on the front, it doesn't open up on its own. It doesn't pop open either. It's very secure. So if you are carrying a little bit more like I do, you don't have to worry that it's just going to fling open and all of your stuff is going to be flying out, you know, out on the street or anything like that. But I did have some of you guys ask if I have experienced any type of scratches because this is the smooth leather and they now have the pebbled leather. Personally, I haven't had any issues with the smooth leather. I also have this in black and that one also doesn't have any scratches. And I also haven't had any type of funky, you know, wrinkles on the backside either. So I thought that I would share that as well. But yeah, I love the overall size. I love the shape. I love the simplicity. It's hands-free and it's just an understated beauty in my opinion. So big fan, and I've been using this quite a bit. And sometimes I also like to match this up with a monogram from Louis Vuitton just because I think that it adds to the overall just, I don't know, I think that monogram and burgundy just work well together. And sometimes I also like to add in some gold in there, a gold small leather good that you guys will see later on in this video. But yeah. Big fan of the Polene number 7. Now there is another bag that I wanted to give a quick honorable mention because I have been using it, but I haven't used it to the extent that I want to because I had it for 3 weeks pretty much before everything kind of went down. So I haven't been able to fully experience it the way that I normally would when it comes to a tote, and that is the Dior small book tote in the Burgundy Oblique. Here we go again with the Burgundy. So I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I love the structure. I love the size. It's definitely a bag that also brings a smile to my face. And I mean, I'm not necessarily gonna say it, but it's kind of up there with how I feel with the Neverfull. And you guys know that the Neverfull is my ride or die. And this one, with what with how I've been using it and stuff like that, so far I have yet to find a con for me. I know that might not be the case for everybody, but so far I have definitely been enjoying it. On to small leather goods. The first one is the Chanel Beauty CC pouch in the gold croc embossed leather with the gold hardware. Now I absolutely love this small leather good, and I honestly think that it's made my favorites video the last couple of videos, but what can I say? I just always end up gravitating towards it. It could be for a couple of different reasons. The majority of my handbags do have gold hardware, and sometimes I like to be, you know, matchy-matchy. Other times it's because I really like, you know, how gaudy it is. It is so obnoxious. It is, I feel like sometimes it's a little in your face, but I feel like it's right up my alley. I don't know. And I really like the texture that it has because I think that, you know, compared to the other Beauty CC pouches, it really ends up just standing out. So I do like that. Sometimes I end up using it as a catch-all. Other times I use it as a wallet. And I've noticed that within these last couple of months, I have more so been going for smaller handbags. And again, the fact that I can use this in those smaller handbags really makes me happy. But I really like the details that it has. It has a little CC right there. And then on the inside, it just has the black lining. But so far so good. No issues with wear and tear either. That's something that I always like to mention whenever I talk about this small leather good. Because in the past, I was always very apprehensive when it came to metallics, just because you hear about horror stories. I had some metallic pieces in the past, and usually with metallic leather, it doesn't seem to wear as well as you would think. It ends up creasing very easily. It just wears very quickly, and I have not experienced that with this at all. And in my opinion, I feel like it looks exactly the same as it did when I first got it. So that's made me very happy. And I remember a couple of years ago, I was talking to a sales associate at Chanel, and he had mentioned that Chanel had revamped how they end up doing metallic, so that way they end up lasting a little bit longer. And I do have another wallet that's metallic, and so far that one hasn't you know, worn, you know, weird or anything like that either. So I thought I'd throw that out there just in case. But yeah, this little guy, whether it's a small bag or whether I want to be matchy-matchy or whether I want something to be a little bit in your face, a little bit more gaudy, a little bit shiny, I don't know. But this collection, when it came out, I was very, very excited about it. So this Chanel Beauty CC pouch in the gold croc embossed leather with the gold hardware. Another small leather good that I've been using quite a bit is the Louis Vuitton, the smallest pouch of the Kirigami set. I think that this is so, so cute, and sometimes I've used it as a catch-all. Mostly I end up using it as a wallet, and as I had mentioned previously, I have been leaning more towards smaller handbags, so this guy has been perfect. But I also like the fact that it's not too narrow, that way you have a little bit more space if you wanted to use it as a catch-all, and the fact that it's kind of simple on the outside, and then you have this beautiful raspberry color on the inside, I think is wonderful. Now I will admit, just for the sake of research, all right, just for the sake of research, I did end up trying to fit the entire contents of my wallet in here just to see if it would end up fitting. We're talking, you know, my insurance cards, my driver's license, my credit card, debit card, and other, you know, other gift cards and what have you that I have with me. I think it's a total of like, I don't know, it depends, because sometimes I want to carry a little bit more, sometimes I want to carry a little bit less, but I think I was trying to fit like 20 some odd cards in here, all right? I know. I tried to fit it in there. No, it wasn't happening, not at all. I felt like this was gonna get really bulky very quickly, so 25-ish, 20 cards is kind of pushing it to fit it in here. I think anything less, like maybe 15, 10 cards, you can easily fit in here. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well, just in case, you know, you wanna fit a larger size wallet in here. It can get a little bit tricky, but again, if you want to go for your bare essentials, you know, your insurance cards, your driver's license or credit card, and some cash, I think you'll be fine, because that's honestly how I've been using it. But again, I just wanted to see how much I can end up fitting in here. All right, we all know. All right, I am a pack rat. I like to see how much I can fit inside of these things. You never know. Sometimes you have to carry every card in the planet. I don't know, but I think that these are adorable. I have started to use the medium one, and I have been using that as a catch-all. I have yet to use the large one, but these are super, super cute. And again, the fact that they don't take up too much space and you can use them various ways, I think is absolutely wonderful. I also wanted to highlight a strap that I've been using quite a bit, and that is the Louis Vuitton Khaki multi-pochette strap. I absolutely love this strap, and I love the color. I think it is so incredibly gorgeous. But when it comes to the multi-pochette, as you guys know, I do prefer to use all 4 pieces separately. Some people wear them together and it looks amazing. Personally, it looks super, super awkward on me, so that's why I like to use them separately. And when it comes to this strap, I like to use it with the Palm Springs Mini. I like to use it with the Speedy 25 Bandolier, the Clooney BB, the Alma BB. I also like to mix and match with other fashion houses, either to have a pop of color, what have you. But I think that this is great. I love the fact that it is a little bit wider. So that way when I go to use it either on my shoulder or cross body, it's not necessarily digging into my skin. But what I really love about this, besides the color, is the fact that it does have this little D-ring here. Now with the D-ring, you can either use it for a bag charm, or you can end up putting the round coin purse that it comes with. I think that's cute. Personally, I like to use this for my sunglasses, especially the sunglasses that have the feet on there, because usually whenever I'm out and about, if I have those sunglasses and if my hair is up or what have you in a ponytail, and if I go to put my sunglasses on top of my head, whenever I go to put my sunglasses back on, those little feet get stuck in my hair, and then it ends up pulling, and I'm sitting there like struggling. And I mean, it's not a very cute sight. So if I have something that'll help me so I don't look like that, oh yeah, I am all for it. So this for me has been a major, major lifesaver. But altogether, I just think that this is a beautiful strap. Again, I love the color, and I think it makes for a great combination with the monogram canvas. or if you want to add a pop of color to a bag, I think that this is wonderful. These next items definitely won't be a surprise, especially if you follow me on Instagram, as I have been talking about them quite a bit on there, as well as MMQAs, and those are the Tiffany & Co. Sterling Silver Beaded Bracelets. So I've actually been using a combination of these bracelets for the last month and a half, if not a little bit longer, and I'm obsessed. Mostly because you guys know how much I love the sound that these make. Any type of like clanking sound, what have you, I don't know what it is about it. I love the way that that sounds. I know it might be annoying for some, but it's something that I welcome with open arms. But the first one is the larger beaded bracelet in the sterling silver with the circular Return to Tiffany on there. And believe it or not, I've had this bracelet for, I want to say 8, 9, maybe 10 years, right around there, and I never used it because I was terrified that something would end up happening to the tag. I didn't want it to get scratched. Even though I already had this one, I still, after I got this, I was like, no, I don't want anything to happen. And I just kind of put it away, and I put it in that bubble that you guys always hear me talk about. And, you know, over the last couple of months, I was like, no more bubble. I'm going to enjoy my items to the fullest type of thing. So I've been obsessed with this one. And the others are the mini beaded bracelets. I recently added the red heart. Hang on. This guy right here, I added it. And I already had these two, which is the circular tag and then the signature Tiffany blue to it. But I think that these are so cute. I love to stack them. Sometimes I end up using this guy with these three, or this one with these three, what have you. I don't know. The more of this sound for me, the better. I kind of joked about it on my Instagram. I said, if I end up using my Princetown loafers that make that click clack sound or what have you with this, and then someone had mentioned using my jumbo with the squeaky chains, I am a one woman band, all right? I'm not gonna sneak up on anybody, and that makes me happy. But I think that these are awesome. I have always been such a big fan of Tiffany & Co. I absolutely love the quality of their products, whether it's their sterling silver, their fine jewelry, their glassware, their housewares, what have you. I have yet to try any of their handbags or their card holders, which I'm very interested in trying out some of those products. But still, I love the history of Tiffany & Co. And I just think that these are so cute, whether you decide to go for something a little bit more intense or something a little bit more dainty, or if you want to add them together or mix and match them. I think that's wonderful. I definitely want to do like a giveaway with the red one and have someone twinning with me. I mentioned that on my Instagram, so I'm definitely looking to do that. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that as well. But yeah, I love the red one. They also have like a hot pink and they have a baby pink. It was between the baby pink and the red. But I mean, even though, I don't know, I like both colors. I mean, I love both colors, but I felt like the red was more me. I don't know. I've had some of you guys ask how I end up caring for these bracelets. All I end up doing from time to time, I end up polishing them. That's it. That's the extent of my care for these bracelets. And I do end up using them daily. I sleep with them. I shower with them. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. But when it comes to polishing cloths, I feel like they end up just bringing them back to life, even if they have, changed color from not being used. I did end up picking up the Tiffany & Co. Silver polishing cloth a few years ago. I want to say I paid $10 for it. I don't know if they still have it. I don't know if it's the same price. It's all right. Personally, I prefer this one. I don't remember where I got it. I actually got two of them, and I want to say I paid $5 for both of them, and this polishing cloth is my favorite. Just because I feel like it really just makes those items shine that much more in less time as well. Maybe because it's a little bit bigger. I don't know. But I think that this is wonderful. I'm sure that you can get them at any type of jewelry store. But overall, when it comes to Tiffany & Co. Bracelets or jewelry or what have you, I love the history and just the quality that you're getting for the price point that it has, I think is absolutely amazing. But these bracelets, definitely bring on that sound. Bring on that clanking that, again, I'm sure so many people find annoying, but I just welcome it with open arms. As far as beauty favorites go, the first one is the Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas. Now, originally I had purchased this in the compact version last year, and I really liked it for the first couple of weeks. And then after that, it really wasn't working the way that I would have hoped. It could have been operator error. So then I got the opportunity to try out the liquid version, and I fell in love. In my opinion, the liquid version is 1,000 times better. for me anyways, because it's a lot easier to control how much I end up using. And it says to use 1 pump, and 1 pump goes a long way, which is a good thing as well, because it is a little bit pricier, but still I absolutely love this formula. And in my opinion, it has got to be one of the best primers that I have ever tried. I mean, it doesn't clog my pores, it doesn't cause any type of breakouts, and I just really like how lightweight it is. It doesn't feel like it's too heavy. It doesn't make my makeup look cakey either, which I think is awesome. It doesn't, it's also oil free, which I absolutely love because I do have a very oily T-zone. But what I really like about this the most is that it really ensures that your makeup just stays in place. And if I apply my makeup at 5 o'clock in the morning, well into the afternoon and into the evening, my makeup is still in place. And I'm not one to reapply it throughout the day. I never have been. It actually drives me nuts. I'm more so a set it and forget it type of gal, you know? So this definitely ends up working out for me and for my lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying that the compact version isn't great, not at all. It's just I couldn't make it work. I felt like I either applied too much or applied too little, so my makeup looked a little too cakey, or it looked kind of patchy and it didn't look good. Whereas with this one, it's just very smooth, very easy to apply, and I feel like it just evens out my makeup. Not only that, it really helps out with fine lines, and it also ends up minimizing your pores, which is a major bonus for me as well. But overall, I just think that this is a wonderful primer, and if you're in the market for a new one, if you want to try something that's lightweight, something that won't cause any type of breakouts, and something that's oil-free, I highly recommend checking out the Tote, the Liquid Silk Canvas. Another beauty product that I've been using to death is a lipstick, and of course that's no surprise because we all know I can't do a favorites video without some type of lip product, right? But that is a lipstick from Chanel, and this is the Rouge Coco Flash in number 54 Boy. Let me show you guys the color very quickly. It is this beautiful nude, and I've been using it for the last 4.5, 5 months. This is actually my second tube because my first one lasted about a month and a half because I was obsessed. I just kept applying it over and over again. But I love the fact that it has a very subtle color, but more than anything, it is ridiculously moisturizing. So for me, this is more like a tinted lip balm because the color, let me just swatch it very quickly so you guys can see it. The color, like I said before, it's very subtle. It's not too intense, and it's actually what I'm wearing on my lips right now. But the fact that you have something that is so ridiculously hydrating, I think is wonderful. So for me, this is like the best of both worlds. But yeah, I've just been obsessed. And to me, usually when it comes to Chanel lipsticks, it's very much a love-hate relationship, because I do like some of the other formulas that they have as far as the colors go, but sometimes the formula doesn't necessarily end up working out for me, either because it ends up being a little too drying or it feels a little too heavy on the lips. But for me, the Rouge Coco Flash just gives it that much more moisture, and it just has that subtle color that I'm looking for, something that's not too in your face, something that's not too intense, but just delivers ridiculously when it comes to the hydrating factor. So I think that this is a wonderful formula, and the color, like I said, is right up my alley. They have so many to choose from as well. But the boy, I just, yeah, I think it's perfect. But I found myself just sometimes just applying it over and over again, not because the moisture had gone away, just because I really liked the way that it felt. I'm just sitting there going, oh, it feels amazing. I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but when I really like a lip product, it's like attached to the hip. With, you know, I just can't, it's with me in every bag. I don't know, if I could have a million of these, I definitely would. But yeah, highly recommend this formula if you want something that's a little bit more subtle and something that's very much, that's a little bit more on the balm side and very moisturizing. Then I highly recommend the Rouge Coco Flash. But this color is gorgeous. So definitely check out this color. This next product, I'm gonna try to keep it to a minimum while still being able to share my thoughts, because we all know I can talk until the cows come home. But if you follow me on Instagram, I have been discussing them quite a bit on there, and I am talking about the Olaplex hair system. So about 1.5 years ago, I decided to add some blonde highlights into my hair to really help to hide the grays that I had. And while it did end up helping the grays, it really ended up damaging my hair, and it became incredibly dry. And it got to the point where I was giving the bottom of a broom a run for its money type of thing. And if you go back a year to my videos, you can see how dry my hair looked. So I decided to do a little bit of research and try out different hair products, I reached out to you guys as well, and so many of you had recommended the Olaplex hair system, and I decided to give it a shot last November, and I haven't looked back since. It has been amazing, and in my opinion, it has made a huge difference in not only the way that my hair feels, but also the appearance, because it doesn't look dry. It doesn't look like it's going to break just by putting a comb through it type of thing. So I did pick up a few different products from the line, and I have been insanely happy with them. The first ones are the shampoo and conditioner, number 4 and number 5. These repair, strengthen, and they hydrate all hair types. They are a little bit on the smaller side, and they are a little bit pricier. They are 8.5 fluid ounces, but I do end up taking advantage of the Sephora VIB Rouge sale, so I can save a little bit of money. But these are made without sulfates, parabens, or gluten. They're vegan and they're color safe. So these have been great, but the two that I am most fond of are number 3 and number 6. So number 3, I end up using this before I end up shampooing. This is not a conditioner. This is a bond builder. You can use it, I use it once a week. If you have very dry and damaged hair, you can use it a couple more times a week. I use it on damp hair. I've heard some of you guys end up using it on dry hair. I personally prefer it on damp. I just towel dry my hair, and then it says to leave in there for a minimum of 10 minutes. I personally leave it in there for up to 3 hours. Then I rinse it out. I use the shampoo and conditioner, and then afterward I use the number 6, which is the Bond Smoother. And this one is a leave-in styling cream. It eliminates frizz, hydrates, and protects. Both the number 3 and number 6 are 3.3 fluid ounces. Again, they are a little bit pricier, but it is vegan, color safe, and cruelty free. Now I know that it might seem like it's so many steps, to take. You have to put something on before, shampoo and conditioner, and then afterwards, and they have a few other products, and I completely understand that, and it might be fussy for some, but for me personally, it has been so worth it because it has made such a huge difference in the way that my hair looks. It feels so soft. It doesn't feel like it's going to break off, and I also feel like it's helped out with my split ends, because a year ago I had so many split ends, but I'm just so happy that I found something that has really ended up working out for me. I've always been super skeptical when it comes to leave-in conditioners, only because with leave-in conditioners they end up just weighing down my hair. They make my hair look insanely greasy, and thus far I have not experienced that with the Olaplex, so I am ridiculously happy about that. But overall, I feel like these 4 products have just 100% transform my hair. Again, if you go back a year to now, I feel like my hair looks a lot healthier. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't look like it's going to break off, in a moment's notice type of thing. And I'm just very, very happy. So if you are in the market for a new shampoo or a new conditioner or a bond builder, bond smoother, what have you, definitely check out Olaplex. And if you decide, they also have a trial kit, if I'm not mistaken, on Sephora. They have, I think, these 4, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it, but they have a trial, like a trial set that you can see if it ends up working out, for your hair as well, if that's a way that you want to go before you decide to spend the money on these, on these bottles or what have you. But definitely check out Olaplex if you're in the market for some new hair product. All right, you guys, that does it for my current favorites. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to give you a little bit more information, especially if you're looking to add some of these items to your collection. I will put links on the description box below if you wanted to check them out. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys later. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day.